always come up with tricky tactics to infiltrate the park. While SABC News reporter Jonathan Lungu is at the Kruger National Park this morning, and we now go back to him. Jonathan, what more do you have for us in light of the event that will be taking place?
Okay, welcome once again. We are in the Kruger National Park at Kukuza Camp. As I said earlier, this is one of the iconic parks in Africa where millions of people visit this park annually. But anyway, as you have alluded to the issue of rhino poaching and elephant poaching, I have people here who will talk more about that and what plans they have to cap rhino poaching and elephant poaching, as we understand that the Sun Parks has just introduced a project called Project Ivory, where they are trying to cap elephant poaching before it spreads. With me, I have got Mr. Funda here, who is the chief ranger in the Kruger National Park, Nicholas Funda, who's going to tell us more about the project that they have to cap rhino poaching and elephant poaching, wellness to staff, as well as the tools of trade. Mr. Funda, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
It's a very big park where you have a lot of staff who are out in the field there conducting their work. Do we have enough tools of trade for these people who are out there to conduct their work?
You will never ever have enough tools of trade in our environment. Conservation is not one of those priorities in any government throughout the world. But we've got all the basics in place, and I can protect my cars. I give them basic equipment to be able to perform their functions. And so far we are doing very well as an organization.
I understand the park has just introduced Project Ivory. What is it all about?
We've got a very interesting setup in Kruger National Park. South of the Oliphant, between the Crocodile River and the Oliphants River, we have rhino poaching. North of the Oliphant, between Oliphants and the Lungu River, we have elephant poaching. Therefore, we had to split ourselves into two, because in the south you're facing rhino poaching, in the north you're facing elephant poaching. Therefore, we launched the Project Ivory in January to make sure that we've got resources that we can equip our people up north, the rangers, and the launch was very successful. We had private sector support. Our dearest honorary rangers supported us with equipment, and we started with a small joint ops room there so that we can improve communications. And there was a donation of space at the airport so that we can operate at the airport in Kalabora. And we are ready. We can see the results already. Within 3 months, we could see the results up north.
And then lastly, from you, from your side, your staff, your team, they are facing danger each and every day. In terms of wellness, what kind of wellness are you giving to them?
That's a good question, sir. We equip our people, we work with people, and we could pick up some symptoms of stress, and we have to deal with those kind of things. We've got psychologists, and we've got a standard operating procedure that each and every ranger that is involved in a contact, immediately he must consult with the psychologist, and we've got legal support as well, so that when they are involved again with any contact, and we've got legal support in terms of taking statement, make sure that we follow all the processes, and trauma counseling as well is part of the game.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Funda. Mamlus, you are working with people. We see you've got a new vision of the park. Does it dwell, does it sink to your staff?
Definitely it does. Remember that when we come up with different visions all the time, particularly the one that was spoken about yesterday by our CE, we also get educated and we are told as to why are we going that route. Remember that without working with communities, there's nothing we can do alone. And the staff involvement is very, very important, so that we all understand that we have one thing in common, which is the Polish people.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Lucy. That was Ma'am Lucy Tlapo, who is the regional manager for the Marula region. Remember, this park spreads Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and it is a lifeline for these communities. About 2 million in the western part of this, on the western part of this park. From me in the Kruger National Park, and Lungile Ngongwane, who was the camera person, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much to Jonathan Lungu, who was coming to us live from the Kruger National Park. It is time for us to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
As part of Africa, we're giving its people the great future it deserves with an investment partner like no other, you. We've invested 120 billion rands of our money and yours into creating more than just hope for this beautiful continent we call home. We're sustaining our soil and enriching lives. We're giving our children a brighter tomorrow. We're investing in small businesses to grow the economy. And we're bringing warmth and light to the people who need it most. And by investing in our planet, we're passing this all on to future generations too. Great things are possible when we invest together. That's why we're invested in changing Africa's tomorrow.
This week on Health Talk.
Around 10 million people die as a result of raised blood pressure.
The importance of checking your high blood pressure is just to make sure that you don't have related high blood pressure conditions like stroke.
It's a silent killer because it doesn't have any signs and symptoms.
It becomes a problem when the blood pressure is high.
High blood pressure can affect anyone. If you're over 18, get yours checked.
Every Saturday at 9 a.m.